Hey, welcome to Potty Talk Live, where we take it into the trenches, the crawl spaces, basements, kitchens, and baths, all around this big, beautiful world of ours to talk to plumbing professionals just like you. Hey there, I'm Richard Behney, the $1 Million Plumber, coming at you live from Command Central here in beautiful Indianapolis, Indiana, USA, where we're having a great day. How about you? You having a great day? I'm feeling good. That should be our new theme song. I love that song. Hey, and we got the lovely Laura in the house. How about you? You love it? All right.
Great song.
Hey, baby, how you doing over here? All right, we're feeling good here. And I'm feeling ageless. And you're looking ageless. That was the plumbing success word of the day for our GoPro Inner Circle group is ageless. All right, I'm feeling ageless. You got to be ageless to be successful. I think our guest here is ageless. All right. He's been around the block, had the business for a lot of years. He's been a master plumber longer than I have, but he doesn't look like that. He looks like he's, I think he can still carry water heaters up out of basements one-handed, He's that kind of guy. All right. So how about you? You feeling ageless? Are you looking good? You got to look good because our customers judge a book by its cover. They do. I know it's not fair, and all that kind of stuff, but it's just how it is. Okay. So, your stuff's got to look good. Your logo's got to look good. Your branding's got to look good. The stuff that you hand over to your customers got to look good. Your business cards got to look good. And I get it. We're plumbers. We talk about that. We're plumbers. We're not graphic designers, but you don't have to be. You can do and use what the lovely Laura and I have used and done for some years now. We use Design Crowd. We use Design Crowd to create all of our logos and all the stuff that we hand out to customers. Even the stuff for Potty Talk Live here was designed by Design Crowd. They make it so easy. Okay, all you do is just create what they call a brief, and that's just a fancy term that they use to create a job. You create this job, you tell them what you want to have done, and then literally within hours, you start receiving unique designs from all around the world. From graphic designers all around the world. And then you just simply start picking the ones that you like and you just, break it down from there. And then you come out with this, this professional design at a fraction of the cost. And that's the key word right there, fraction. All right. Fraction of the cost. Simply go to www.themilliondollarplumber.com/design crowd. And start getting your graphic designs today because, hey, you're a professional plumber. You should look like one, all right? Yeah, that's right. I'm talking to you. You should look like one. Hey, and if you want to be a professional plumber, I know you may be doing the plumbing, but say, hey, you got your plumbing license, you got a plumbing truck, and you got a plumbing dream, a plumbing business dream. And like this cat we're just getting ready to talk to, we're talking about at least 3 generations of plumbing, all right? They've had this plumbing business, okay? So you may want to create your own kind of plumbing empire. And that's great. Go for it. There's never been a better time. Stop listening to the naysayers and, get in the ring, okay? Get in the ring. But I got to warn you a little bit here, all right? There's some things you got to know, okay? It ain't about plumbing, all right? It's about plumbing business, and you got to know the business things. There's 7 must knows. Okay, there's 7 principles you got to know, and I put it down in my little e-booklet. The 7 must knows to be $1 million plumber. That's right. You know these 7 things, learn these 7 things. You too can be $1 million plumber, but you got to know these things. If not, the odds are you're going to crash and burn. Okay, so simply type free in the comments. There, I made it free for you. Just type free in the comments and I'll get it out for you. That's FREE in the comments and I'll send the report out to you. So, hey, let's get this cool cat on. Can we show our cool cat? Let's show our cool cat here. All right. We got our cool cat. There we are. All right.
There we are.
We got Ron. All right. Owner of RA. Hey, Ron, how do you pronounce that? Rigner. All right. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. How you doing, brother?
Pretty good. How you doing, Richard?
Good, man. You ready to rock Potty Talk Live?
Sure am, man.
All right. Looking good here. Hey, as I was introducing you there, we got a little new format happening here, and there's stuff going left and right. We got a little new board, so there's stuff happening here. But as I was introducing you, it's kind of throwing me off here a little bit. But they were showing your truck and some stuff. All right here, but hey, it's great to have you on the show.
Well, thank you.
All right. Here I am. Hey, Ron, how you doing, brother?
Hey, pretty good. We got lost there for a minute.
Hey, I was my system shut down here. I told you we just kind of had a little new setup here with a new board.
Yeah.
And so we just crashed over here on my side. You should have seen just guys take off here trying. It turns out they didn't have the right thing plugged in the right area. So oh man, so I'm sorry to do that. Thanks for your.
That's all right.
Hey, but this is Potty Talk Live. This is meant to be fun. Hey, a great example there is, hey, when the job goes south, you don't panic, right?
Don't panic. Just try to figure it out, right? That's
where we separate the men from the boys, and the women from the girls.
Yeah.
You don't panic. You figure it out. So, hey, we're gonna start talking plumbing here in a minute here. But before we get doing that, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and where you come from? And you got a pretty big background.
Yeah, well, from Philadelphia originally. That's where I was, born and raised in Philadelphia. And my father, he was a plumber. My grandfather, he was a plumber also, but not a registered plumber back then. I don't even think you had to be registered. He just happened to. His father-in-law had a fuel oil business, so he took over his business, my grandfather. And then my father took over my grandfather's business, which was plumbing, heating, air conditioning, roofing, siding. I mean, we did everything, back then. It was back in the 40s and 50s. You had to do everything. So then, I went to tech school when I was in high school, which I think was a great thing. I think they should bring it back more, those tech schools, because that kind of helped me out a lot and taught me the basics of plumbing. And then I started working for him when I was 17 years old. And, and here I am 59 years and still doing it, and it's been good.
Amen. Amen. I agree with you, man, about the tech school thing. We could use more of that. And so, great story there. So, one of the first things I like to ask the guys, when you start is, how'd you get into plumbing? But it kind of looks like you may not have much of a choice,
No, not really. My father, I still have other brothers that didn't get into the business, but that's just the way it is, Like my one son, he's not in the business, but, I guess it's not for everybody, Some people can take it and some can't, Some want to do other things, and hey, whatever you want to do,
Exactly.
But it's been good to me, and I've always liked it. It's been, it's quite a challenge. And every day I'm learning, I've been doing it for 42 years, and, I still don't know everything. There's days that I struggle, But
there we go. Great. I just kind of just talked to, the start of the show here. We have the GoPro Inner Circle group. It's a Facebook group. And you can check it out, theMillionDollarPlumber.com/go-pro. And there's a bunch of guys on there. And we have training videos and sales videos and all that kind of stuff. And we're on there. But we have this word of the day kind of a thing. And today's word was ageless. And that's you kind of strike me as that. That's one of the things, the keys to being successful is remaining ageless and not getting into this, not being afraid of learning new things. It's young and energetic and keeps our minds open, and
Hey, I took some of your advice. You were talking to somebody a couple shows back about the cameras. I went out and bought a camera and started getting calls on it. Now, of course, I had to learn how to use the thing, and that was a process in itself, because that's where I struggle, technology, But I started making money already with that thing, and it's a great tool to have.
There we go. All right, man. I respect that. You're a little older. You don't be afraid of, I'm talking with older brothers, and I'm talking with other older brothers out there. Don't be afraid of technology and this kind of stuff. It's not rocket science. You just got to spend a little time learning it. And you can make money at it. So, man, way to go, Ron, because that's so true. You can add that additional value to, for your customers there, and it just helps, sell the. So they had a cool cat up there. You guys do the cool cat up there.
Yeah, I see that cool cat.
All
Yeah.
right, there we go. Ron is a cool cat. I agree.
I think you had Tim on. Tim, he was talking about. He said in the first 2 years they made $2 million with that camera.
Right.
So I can see that because all you got to do is get a couple dig ups and it pays for it.
Exactly right. So,
So
don't be afraid of that technology, learn it and then, just use that as a tool to help the customer realize the position that they're in, help educate the customer,
yeah,
I bet you've experienced this, my 30 years, you got more, you've been around the block more than I have, but my 30 years, it's always been too expensive. The customers always said it's too much. You always have to educate that customer and make them understand, why it is that,
right.
that amount. So these kind of tools just help us do that and show the customer, and it looks more professional too. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. I've had so many people ask me, "Do you have a camera?" And most of the time, I'm saying, "No, I have to get a guy to come in and do it." And it was always a pain in the neck to get a hold of, the other contractor who had the camera, bring him out onto the job. Now I can say, "Yeah, I do have a camera, and we can do it right now, and we'll see what's going on." And then I can put it on a USB and put it on their computer, and they can see what condition their line's in.
Right.
And all these townships now are starting to require lateral inspections before they sell the house. So
there we go. Right.
So there you go. So if all these townships start requiring this, I'm going to be doing a lot of inspections.
Right.
So
that's why I love it. You talk with the guys, and you've seen it. It's got more and more regulated. And in one sense, as certainly as a U.S. citizen, I like my freedom. I don't like to be regulated so much.
Yeah.
However, it's kind of benefited us in our plumbing industry because they're really coming down. Is getting more and more regulated at what consumers, homeowners have to go through. So. We're able to work with that, and it really is benefiting us. So that's why I always say, it's never been a better time, to be in, have a plumbing business. And so, cool stuff, man. Way to go. So what made you decide? I mean, like you said, like you got one son who's probably going to come into the business, and the other is in the Coast Guard, right?
Yeah, one's in the business, and the other one's in the Coast Guard.
All right, thank you, brother, for your service. What made you decide? What was your aha moment where you decided, well, I'm not going to go off and do something else. I'm going to go with the family business.
I just started working for my father. At 17, when I was going to the tech school, we used to go there half a day. We started doing that, and I was a helper for the people who worked for my dad. I was their helper, and I don't know. I just ended up being, became a plumber, and ended up getting my journeyman's, and then, and then I figured, if I'm going to take over the business, I'm going to need my master's. So I went and took the master's test and passed that, and my father retired, and I ended up with, he retired. He didn't do great, because the times back then weren't the greatest. It was the 80s, and housing crashed, and
right.
So he was in a bad way at that time, and he was just glad to retire and get out. And then I just stayed in it and just kept working at it, one foot in front of the other, and just kept pushing, and I moved to a different location, so I had to get a whole new set of clientele, and did a little bit of advertising in the church bulletins, things like that, and met some people and joined some civic groups and stuff like that. And, ended up, now the phone doesn't stop ringing. I can't take care of all the customers. I'm so busy. I could use 2 more crews, it's just crazy.
There we go. I guys, if you're listening to Ron here, Ron just threw down a few nuggets of gold there just on what it takes. Just take some hustle. The problem today is a lot of guys, and, I believe in this kind of stuff, the SEO and the Google AdWords, pay-per-click, all that kind of stuff. And you can use that, but they're not magic pills. Guys think I just throw money. I'll give some guy $3,000, and all of a sudden the phone's just going to start ringing off the hook because Yelp promises they're going to get me at the top of whatever. It doesn't work out that way. There's nothing better than just the hustle of getting your name out there yourself. and it adds up. It just all of a sudden it adds up and it starts taking off. And then if you take care of those customers and follow up with those customers, you're creating your own customer base. You're creating that legacy. So, man, that's great stuff there. So, hey, Ron, I'm gonna risk something here. Hey, it's Monday. As we're taping the show, this goes out on our the $1 Million Plumber YouTube site, and you can see all past episodes there. And so, when someone else watches this program, may not be on a Monday, but it's just for why we're taping this program. It's a Monday, and how this Monday's going with the new setup. And we know we just got shut down. But before the show, you were talking about that your grandfather built like some kind of 4-foot faucet. Or something.
Yeah. I'll walk out and see if I can walk out and show it to you.
So
and it hung in the Smithsonian Institute. They hung it over top of a machine, bicentennial. They were driving by, they seen it there, and they wanted to see if they could borrow it for a year. So we gave it to them to use, and they liked it. So here's a picture of it. See if you can see it.
Oh, man. Now, this was in the Smithsonian Institute. Your grandfather.
Smithsonian. So, but that's my logo there.
There we go.
And then I use that faucet for my trucks and all, too,
Oh, man. Cool stuff. Cool stuff.
That's my get up. And anyway, the camera. This is my shop we're at right now. That's where I keep everything.
Yep, there we go.
But anyway, and here's a picture of my grandfather's basin wrench. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, hold that up. Yeah, hold up a little bit higher there. So that's a basin wrench from your grandfather. Your grandfather used.
Yeah.
Like what period of time would he have been using that?
It's got to be 70, 80 years ago, at least, and it still works, believe it or not. It's got kind of like pipe wrench jaws on it,
Yeah, look at that. And it's not very light. That's not aluminum.
No, it's solid steel.
That's why those old plumbers, those guys, they had the Popeye arms, those were, those were some hardcore men,
Yeah.
You're carrying that cast iron around.
Yeah. I'm still doing cast iron up here in Philadelphia.
There we go. That's what's keeping you young looking, man.
They still want cast iron underground up here.
Really?
And lead and oakum,
Oh, man.
Yeah, we're still pouring joints and packing oakum joints up here in Philadelphia.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is that code?
Yeah, it's code up here in Philadelphia. Yeah.
Oh,
Philadelphia has its own code. They don't go for the ICC code. They have their own code, and what they say goes. If they want cast iron underground with lead and oakum, that's what you do.
Oh, brother.
So,
oh man, I've been poured a lead joint, forever. So.
Yeah, no. My son watched me do it. He couldn't believe what you had to do to pour a lead joint.
Yeah.
And some of these guys cry about carrying PVC,
Exactly. Right.
We're carrying cast iron, the lengths of that.
I know, man.
Long time,
So with your business, what's we're talking about this kind of fun stuff and just kind of be a little transparent here. It's we're having one of those days anyways. We'll be a little honest here. What is something, you've been in the business, your family's been in the business for years. And you've seen it all. You've been around the block. But what's something with your plumbing business that you struggle with?
I guess I struggle. There was always a thing that I always heard, and it's personalities. And people, dealing with people, and being able to deal with people's personalities. And know that that's the reason for the personality is you're there to take care of them and fix their thing and make money at the same time, and you also have to take into consideration it's their house and be, neat in their house and take care of it like it's your own, So I would guess the hardest thing is dealing with some people. Some people are really easy to get along with, and other people are like, they're hard to get along with, let's just put it that way,
Right.
So that's my hardest thing. And then I guess the other toughest thing being, is the technology, it's ever changing, and you need to keep up with it,
right.
Especially with the new heating systems and we do heating and air also. So that's ever changing, and every day it's something new, electronic gauges and everything just is it's just harder and harder, and you got to keep going to school for it, keep
Right.
learning it. It's
You got,
not
got,
over. You don't learn it and then you're done. This is an never ending journey, of if when you're a plumber, it's never ending, you're always learning.
amen,
Never
brother.
know it all. Never know
That's
it
right.
all.
Great attitude. You never know it all, so, and in fact, if you ever think you do know it all, you need to start getting scared,
Yeah. Right,
You
right.
know? And, man, great nuggets of gold there that Ron was throwing down. Is just from experience talking. You just, dealing with people, for my young guns, you think you're just walking in these homes and they're going to be who you are, and they just got to take you the way you are. Well, it just doesn't work that way. That was a hard thing to learn, that I had to learn too, as a young guy, young cat. You got to kind of become psychiatrist or whatever, with them as well. It's not just
Yeah,
about
yeah.
plumbing, because again,
Exactly.
I always tell the guys, now that, no one wakes up in the morning and wants to call a plumber. Their day has just been ruined, and
Yeah, right,
of course,
right.
and you've probably seen it just like, I have. As you get older, all of a sudden over the littlest things, it's even more ruined. It's like, who do you want to say, who do you think you are? The world doesn't revolve around you, but
Yeah.
it's their day's been ruined because now that, you're coming out, you're not delivering pizzas or flowers or something fun.
Yeah.
So you gotta work with them and let them cry on your shoulder or kind of, be a little upset and, that kind of a thing until you're able to, show them what needs to be taken care of, educate them on what needs to be taken care of, and go from there. So, man, great advice there. And you're right. You never stop learning, and it just never, if you just take it as it goes too, it's easier, right? You just kind of go and,
principles before personalities, principles before personalities.
there we go,
So,
man. Great advice there. Hey, Ron, I'm gonna let you catch your breath here, guys. Here,
Okay.
and have Ron right back here, and he's gonna tell us what the best advice he's ever been given, and you're gonna want to hear this, and as he shares that with us here. But hey, as we're just talking about this, I got a question for you guys out there. We're talking about customers, and the customers are tough to get, and once you get them, you don't want to lose them, right? And you hate to lose them just because you double booked or you forgot about them, or they fall through the cracks somehow. Those are customer killers, and it's just, man, your heart just drops if you work so hard to get a customer and you find out you just lost them because you lost that piece of paper that was sticking in your pocket. You know what I mean? Or, you wrote it on the pad in the truck and now, it's lost. You can't find it again. So you just forgot about them. Those are customer killers, but you don't have to go through that. Okay. Because with Jobber service management software, you don't have to deal with those kinds of things because Jobber makes it easy for you to schedule your customers. So you don't have to worry about no more double bookings or dropping them or forgetting about them. Jobber also makes it easy for you to dispatch your calls. So, you may have, you get another guy on, a helper on, and it makes it easier for you to communicate and get out to those customers. Jobber also makes it easy for your customers to pay you. And guys, that's what it's all about, is getting paid. All right. If you're not getting paid and getting paid right then, it's a hobby. Okay. Jobber saves you time. Jobber saves you money. Jobber saves you customers. And right now you can try Jobber free for 14 days and receive 20% off your first 6 months. Okay. I've hooked you up there. So take advantage of it. Go to www.themilliondollarplumber.com/jobber to get your free 14-day trial and 20% off your first 6 months of Jobber. You and your customers will be glad you did. So just do it. All right. Do it. Also, speaking of making it easy for your customers to pay you, with Scare, man, it's been that kind of day. All right. With Square Payment Processing, the lovely Laura's laughing at me. All right. It's that kind of day here. Hey, but this is important stuff. All right. Square Payment Processing is money in the bank. It makes it easy for your customers to pay you. Okay. There's no more waiting around the mailbox to get paid. All right. There's no more chasing down late pays. No more robbing Paul to pay Peter. And you guys, I know you know what I'm talking about there, because with Square Payment Processing, you simply swipe. Okay. The customer just swipes their card and the money's in your account as soon as the next business day. Okay. And signing up for Square is free. You pay only when you make a sale. There are no monthly or hidden fees. So no gaming, no gimmicks there. All right. It's free. You pay only when you make a sale. And you pay the same rate for all major credit cards. And right now, you'll receive free processing on up to $1,000 in credit card transactions on your first 180 days. Okay. Simply go to www.themilliondollarplumber.com/square and start swiping today. There you have it, guys. All right. Hey, I recommend these products. I know I do these product recommendations. Okay. I only do the ones we're being asked by other companies to recommend the products. I use these products. Okay. And I recommend them to you for the small businessman, for you. Okay. This makes it easier for you to be successful. So these are things that you can do, that you can behave and look like a big company, okay, and have the ability to have more time, okay, so you just don't feel like you're just you own your job, okay, that you have more time to work on your business. So check these products out. They really do help. They helped me, okay. So there you have it. Hey, let's bring Ron back in for the lightning round. We gotta hear some more good things from Ron here. Find out what that great advice is. We'll get to that. So there you have it. All right, there is Ron. We do lose Ron here.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, man. That's right.
Still here.
It's that day, man. It's that kind of a day here. Hey, so hey, got a few more questions here for you.
Yeah.
So, what was holding you back, if anything, from starting your plumbing business? What were you afraid of when you decided, you're going to make that decision? Do I continue on with the family business, plumbing business, or don't I? What was going through your mind?
Pension, and health insurance and all those things. They were a deciding factor too, But
yep.
Since my wife works in a field where she gets those, that helps, because that's the main thing, having health insurance, So they were a determined factor,
Yep. You do what you got to do. Back in the day when I started, we started our plumbing business. I'd be out all day plumbing, whatever jobs we could scrounge up, and I worked throwing boxes for UPS at night. Just for the medical benefits for the kids. We got the young kids, so I get that when these young guns, making those decisions. You got the kids and all. Hey, but you do what it takes to get ahead, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There we go. Hey, Ron, are you a flat rate company or a time and material company, and why?
I mostly do flat rate because you can't make money time and material.
All right, say that again. Say it again for the guys out there.
You can't make any money doing time and material.
Here we go. That's experience talking there.
Flat rates where you're going to make money. Time and material, you're kind of limited to the time and the material, and that's it. Flat rate, if you can get that job done 3 times faster than the other guy, you're going to make a lot more money than he's going to make. So I become so efficient in my job, I can't make any money doing time and material.
Amen,
it's
brother.
Ridiculous.
Right.
So I have to do flat rate, otherwise you wouldn't make it. I don't see how people can be in business and do time and material. It's just, it's just not going to cut it,
Exactly. Hey, it's a flat rate world out there. Our customers are used to it. And you just mentioned a great benefit. Hey guys, Ron just threw down a nugget of gold there for flat rate. It's just as you become more efficient, you make more money. So you're able to include all the time it takes for you to do all that kind of work, and you're not you're not spanked just because you get better. You're rewarded for getting better, and that's how it should be, man. Way to go. So Ron, share a personal habit that sets your day up for success.
Personal habit sets up my day. Well, I probably try to organize the day before of what I'm going to do the next day, and I just try to do it a day at a time. I mean, of course, I have long-term jobs, bigger jobs that go on, and I like to keep a couple big jobs rolling, and then I can always go and hit all the little jobs, Right. But it's always nice to keep a couple big jobs going. That's where you could always go to,
Mm-hmm.
So,
but a key there, I hear some planning, just kind of being aware, just not just falling into your day. You're kind of looking at the day before, kind of just have a feel, and then you know where you're headed.
Yeah. I mean, I try to stay organized. I'm pretty organized. I'm maybe to a fault. My trucks are really organized. I mean, I've actually had customers come and want to check out my truck before I come in their house. They want to see how organized I am before I come work in their house.
There we go. You
And
guys listen to that out there?
I've had people do that. They come out and look at my truck, and they said, if your truck was a mess, that's how you're going to take care of my house. So
Exactly. You could
my
charge less than the other guys out there, but if your truck looks like a mess and you look like a mess, and
yeah,
it doesn't matter. That's the thing about service work.
yeah.
So
And
yeah,
people
I've
want
had
to
that.
see neat and clean. Yeah, they want to see
Right.
clean and neat, and so I pride myself on being. I might be overly, clean, and but it doesn't hurt. I like to be organized, and I like to be able to go in my truck and know where a valve is, or a washer or whatever I'm looking for. I like to know where it's at, not having to crawl through a bunch of junk to get to it.
Exactly. Helps with that efficiency, right?
Yeah.
Come
Yep.
on. Time is money. Time is money.
Yep. Exactly.
Not to mention the lost products that get lost and just get, boogered up or whatever.
Yeah. Shop worn. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's how you make money. So
Yeah.
Ron, as you're getting, what's a piece of tech gear or some kind of techie gadget or something that you use that helps you run your business?
Well, I mean, you mentioned the Square. I have the Square, and that helps run my business, because when people say, "Oh, I can't find my checkbook," or I say, "Well, I take credit cards," and usually people have a credit card, so
Yep.
that helps a lot. I mean, I just bought the camera, which was $8,000. I hope to recoup that money back, but that was a big tech thing, and drain machines, and all the gadgetry that we need,
Right.
to perform. I think that I mean, I didn't buy that camera until your show, and that made me pull the trigger. Finally pulled the trigger. I've been talking about it. I was watching your show, and that guy Tim talking about how he talked his boss into getting one, and they made $2 million in the first year or two. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to pull the trigger. I'm getting it. I'm tired of having to get other people to do it, and I know it's going to pay for itself eventually.
Good.
And it already started. It already started paying for itself. So that was a great piece of machinery to buy. Yeah.
There we go. Great attitude, Ron. Great. You guys are listening to Ron here, guys. It's a third generation. It's going to be a fourth generation plumbing business. Easy to get stuck in a rut. He's working in an area where it sounds like they're pretty highly regulated, and you can kind of get a bad attitude pretty quickly. And business is rough, and plumbing can be rough. But here you're hearing a guy here that just is not shutting down. He's ageless, and he's investing in a new technology. He's working on his business, setting things up, and that's how winning's done. And that's how you set it up, man. Good stuff, Ron. Good stuff, man. This has been great. You've saved us, man, brother. I know it's been a little rough taping here with the new board and the weird stuff happening. So thanks for hanging on here.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, but before I let you go here, what is the best advice that you've ever received that you'd like to share with the other guys?
The best advice, just keep putting one foot in front of the other.
That's good advice. There's a lot to that.
One foot in front of the other.
There we go.
That's it. Perseverance, perseverance.
It can persevere. It is that simple, isn't it? Doesn't mean it's easy. I don't hear you saying it's easy.
It's not easy, no.
But it's that
never
simple.
Easy. Every day I complain a lot, so everybody's sick of me complaining. I complain a lot, but part of the job, I guess. It can be tough. It's a tough job. It's not easy, that's for sure. So it's not a cakewalk, that's for sure.
No, but put one foot.
It's worth it. It's worth it in the end. It really is.
Amen, brother. Amen. Well, Ron, it's been great having you on the program. Thanks so much. And
thanks for having me
here. And
enjoy your show. Yeah.
Hey, I appreciate it, brother. Look forward to talking with you again. All right.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, brother. There we go. All right, gang. There we have Mr. Ron, owner of R.A. Regner Incorporated. I'm sorry if I get the name right. I'm terrible with names. The names are so important. But he's out of third generation out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And man, just a cool cat there. A lot of experience there. I hope you were listening there. If not, you didn't catch it all, go back and catch the replay. And, a lot of nuggets of gold there, experience. Okay. And even just that last, with his words of wisdom there, best advice given, just, one foot in front of the other. Man, brother, that's what you got to do. One foot in front of the other. That's how winning's done. Okay. Hey, love to have you on Potty Talk Live. Come on in, be my guest with Potty Talk Live. Hey, we have a good time, just hanging out together. And hey, the plumbing world is waiting to hear your nuggets of gold. Okay. And you have nuggets of gold to drop. I assure you, you do, no matter what your experience, whether you're a cat just starting out, or a cat like Ron has been around the block a few times. Okay. Hey, come on in and share your experience. Simply go to www.pottytalklive.com and scroll on down to the Be My Guest button and click it. And hey, you'll be my guest. All right. We'll get you on. Love to talk with you. Also, want to get my free report into your hands, the 7 must-knows to be $1 million plumber. You got to know these things. All right. You got to know these things. And there's no excuse not to know them because it's free. Okay. Simply type free in the comments and I'll get it right out to you. FREE in the comments. Also, if you want to check out other episodes of Potty Talk Live, hey, just like Ron was saying, he watches the program, and it's not, it's not about what the $1 million plumber has to say here. It's about what you have to say. There's guys all over the world just like you with all kinds of experience. Hey, we're all brothers. It's amazing. I'm always amazed that no matter where we come from, our English may be a little different, and, the regs may be a little different, but we're plumbers and we're all still dealing with the same kind of stuff, and even plumbing business. Okay. So, hey, go to the $1 Million Plumber YouTube channel, and you can hear from others who have been on Potty Talk Live. And there's all kinds of nuggets of gold there, all kinds of experience to mine there. So check that out. Hey, while you're there, do me a favor and click the subscribe button. Help me get the word out to others. All right, if you'll do me that favor. So there you have it. Hey, I think it's about time to flush this episode of Potty Talk Live. I think we're about there. Hey, but before I let you go, as always, I want to remind you that you were purposefully and wonderfully created, and you were created to do great things. And when you're out there, you're always doing your thing from like a